Subscribe to AmpCode and ring the notification bell to get the latest content. So last few lectures was all about the introductory part to Hadoop and Spark. Now let's get your hands dirty and set up Spark locally on your Windows machine. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now let's focus on setting up the development environment for this whole course. So you may ask, is it really necessary to have hands-on experience? That is truly necessary because these tools are well learned when we hands-on and experiment and try some other ways and syntaxes and make an efficient system. So this is the whole process. So you have to have a safe space for experimentation as well as the learning, so that you can go ahead and try out and build your own application which processes the data in real time as well as batch processing. And also we will be doing some use cases and implementing them in our environment so that it will mimic the real world scenarios. So we can build like real time IoT platform where the data is coming from a sensor in real time, as well as we can mimic a fraud detection model using machine learning as well as graphics library. So this will be really fun. So tools we need is the JDK, which is both needed for Hadoop as well as Spark. So JDK, which is nothing but Java Development Kit, is the first prerequisite for installing Apache Spark and Hadoop locally on a computer. And also the first step will be we will install Apache Spark. And to install Apache Spark, there are two prerequisites. First will be the JDK and second will be Python. Since we are writing our code in Python, because Python is great for beginners because it is easily readable and anyone can start learning Apache Spark using Python, because Python will be way more easier than if we compare it to Scala or Java. Okay, so the first step will be downloading the Java Development Kit. That is pretty simple. You just have to go to your favorite browser and type like download JDK for Windows PC. So you'll go to the Java downloads here, and I'll select the most recent version of Java because that will not cause any issue in your installation. So I'll just select for the Windows and select the installer file. So just download that file. Okay, so the once file is downloaded, just open that file and we'll follow the process. It is very simple. So just you have to press yes, and after that you have to extract it to some specific directory. Okay, so just you have to press next, and here you have to specify a directory. So I'll highly recommend you to create a folder in C drive. So we'll just click on change, and in change we'll navigate to the C drive here. So we'll navigate to C drive, and here we will create a folder named as Java, and inside Java we'll create another folder named JDK, and there our JDK will reside. So the JDK and click OK. The next and the process will be completed in about 1 or 2 minutes. And there you go, the JDK installation is completed. It was very easy. So just close it, and the first prerequisite to install Apache Spark has been completed. Now we have to head back and open a next tab, and you have to download latest version of Python. So I'll just give as download Python, and we will go to their official website. So python.org is the official website where we can download the latest version of Python. So as you can see, we have the latest version for Windows, which is 3.12.2 when I was shooting this video. So I'll just go ahead and download this. It will not cause any issues if you specify any version of Python. So I'll just give it as installing, and here you have to ensure that add python.exe to the path. So you don't have to set environment variables manually. It will create them automatically, and from your command prompt you can kick off Python by just Python command. That is so simple. And also we will be like install the Python and click on yes to give the admin privileges, and it will be also completed soon. And there you go, the setup was successful. So I'll just close it, and to verify whether you have successfully installed both Java and Python, just hit to the command prompt. So I'll just open a command prompt and type like Java version. So as you can see, we got the Java version now, and also I'll similarly check the Python version here. So I'll just give as Python -- version, and as you can see, we got the Python. So since I already had Python 3.10, so that's why it is showing as Python 3.10. So once I restart the system, it will point to the newer version of Python. So don't worry, if you have any issues in this command, you just have to restart the system and then try out this. And if you have any difficulties, you can let me know in the comments and we can solve it together. Okay, so we have all the prerequisites covered to install Apache Spark. So what are you waiting for? Just install Apache Spark. So that is a little bit challenging process. Let me tell you why. So you have to just download Spark and it will head back to their official website, which is apache.org, since Spark is owned by Apache Foundation. So as you can see, you have to choose the Spark release. So I'll choose Spark release as the current version. But the most important thing is you have to choose the package type here. So we have to choose the pre-built for Apache Hadoop 2.7. Okay, so here the versions are pretty important. So you have to choose a specific Spark release. So I'll highly recommend you to stick to the 3.3.4, which is the older version available for December 16, 2023. And also you have to choose a package type. So I'll choose the Hadoop 2.7 because that is like the most supported and you will not face much issues while setting up this Apache Hadoop 2.7. Since it is an older version, you will not face any compatibility issues because of it. So I'll just choose 3.3.4 and Hadoop 2.7. So I'll just have to click on the tar file and you have to download a tar file from here. So it should be decompressed to able to continue the setup. Okay, so since our file has been downloaded, you just have to go to your downloads folder and here you can just copy this file and navigate to the C directory, and in C we will create another folder which is known as Spark, right? Because it will be really helpful to set up our environment variables, because for Spark we have to manually create environment variables to kick off Spark as well as Spark shell from the command prompt. So you just have to navigate to the Spark and here we can paste this file, and also we have to extract the file. So we will extract here. So it will create a directory where all the libraries and binary files will be present. So as you can see, we got the Apache Spark folder, and in here we can see it in the bin directory. We have all PySpark as well as the Spark shell and Spark SQL commands present. So these are all the Windows as well as shell scripts. So for Windows, we can go ahead to the command prompt and kick off our PySpark through the batch files. But this is not at all, because you have to download Hadoop as well. So to download Hadoop, you just need one file. For that, you just need winutils.exe file to be able to set up Apache Spark, and it is tied to some specific Hadoop version. So if you remember, we have downloaded Spark for Hadoop 2.7, which is compatible version. So for that purpose, we need to get a winutils.exe for Hadoop 2.7. So I already have a GitHub repository where you can download that. So I'll be giving this link as well in the description so that you can go ahead and you don't have to go into any hassle. You can directly download this winutils.exe file to your local machine to set up Hadoop as well. So I'll just give it as download, and this file will get downloaded pretty fast because it's a pretty small file. So here I'll just go to the downloads, take this winutils file and navigate to the C directory, and I'll create another directory here which is named as Hadoop, and in Hadoop we'll create another folder and name it as bin directory, and here we will say it as bin, and in bin I'll just paste this file, and the name seems to be messed up, so I'll just remove this bracket 2, and there you go. This is a winutils file. So this is all you have to do, and next step will be setting up the environment variable. So that is also pretty simple process, but it could be very intimidating because you may face few issues or errors if you didn't specify the paths to your Hadoop, to your Python as well as Spark directory very carefully. So you have to make sure that you are giving the correct path to be able to kick off your PySpark. So we will head over to the environment variables and I'll show you how to create them. That is also very simple process. You just have to go to Windows and search for environment variables. So as you can see, we got the edit environment variables. So you have to just open that, go to environment variables, and here I have already created environment variables for you. So I'll just giving them as well in the description so that you can copy paste them because if you followed along with me, we have created the same folders in the C directory. So that will be very simple. So here, as you can see, we got like different environment variables. We got the PySpark driver Python, we have the PySpark home, we got the Spark home, and also in the system variables we have quite a few. So the first one would be Hadoop home. So you have to just click on new and type Hadoop home all in caps, and you have to provide the path, which is C:/Hadoop, which is the path to your Hadoop folder. Similarly, you have to go to Java home and give like JDK. As you can see, we are in the C drive, Java folder, and a JDK. So this is the path I'll be giving you in the description, so that you can just copy paste it and avoid any errors. And also, like in paths, we have to add our path. So if you edit this, you have different paths here. So you have to add like %, Spark home, and the bin directory. So you have to just have this bin paths already present in your path variable. So as you can see, we got Spark home, Java home, Hadoop home. So I'll recommend you to follow along and create them right away by pausing this video. So I'll just click on OK here because I already set them, and it is pretty time consuming process. So you can just go ahead and do that now. So you also have the PySpark home. So this PySpark home is nothing but the Python home. So as you can see, we have the Python in users. This is my username. So you will be having your username as well. You have app data in local programs and the Python directory where your Python installation will have. And also the Spark home, we got the Spark, and also in Spark we have that Spark version that we have downloaded. So this is very simple. So you just have to click on OK and click on OK. There you have it. This is all you have to do to set up Spark locally in your PC. So to verify this installation, all you have to do is go into the command prompt, and on command prompt you can simply kick off Spark shell using spark-shell. So this could be from anywhere. You can navigate to the Spark bin directory, or else you can just navigate to your home and also kick off your Spark shell. And there you have it. Here is the Spark shell. So here it is a Scala shell. So you can go ahead and write your Scala code and build your first Spark application. But to verify if we have downloaded PySpark as well, we will just go ahead and see if the PySpark is downloaded successfully. Okay, so instead of Spark shell, all you have to do is type PySpark and hit enter. That's it. That's all you have to do. So here, as you can see, we are using Python 3.11 version here. And as you can see, this system cannot find the path specified. This is just a warning. You can definitely ignore that. And as you can see, we got the Spark shell running. Okay, so this was all about installing Spark locally on your Windows PC. So that's it for today. I'll see you in the next lecture.